Here we are, Nelo and I, in the Atlantic Ocean on the Nelo Summer Challenge course. Obviously the World Championships this year, in small wind between 15 and 20 knots, but they're little runs. And what you got to learn about this is it's very important to be explosive, but also very important to stop early. And as you'll see, Nelo is getting better and better and better. Believe me, the difference between catching a run that you've killed yourself for and just waiting for the next one is a couple of meters. So if you wait for the waves, you'll always catch them, because there's always another wave behind. And you can see Nelo's improved dramatically in his 6.5 year lessons. And here we are, just having fun, taking the waves, learning to watch the waves. No matter how big the waves are, on a small day like this, it's exactly like a microcosm of what happens on a big day. Here's a little wave, it just takes 3 strokes, and off we go, and we rest. Same Nelo resting there very well on his air there, doesn't have to paddle hard. And all the Nelo brands that we make in the Nelo factory in Villa de Conde. But as I say, we're always trying to make sure that we're resting. When we catch the run, we must rest. And it's going to be the same thing in big waves. Here we go again. There's a little wave. Catch it and try and rest. Open your hands, relax, bring your heart rate down. And there he goes. Nelo's got a good wave again. And he's resting. That's the most important thing. 45 degrees and his hands are nice and loose, not holding onto the paddle. So he is, when he catches a wave, you're really resting. And that's going to help you in the long term. Here I am, paddling in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean with Nelo over there. Both in our new Vanquish airs. And one of the questions I always get asked, what size boat should I get? It's a big question. Oh no, I'm this high, this heavy. Remember, the one thing is that these boats are not custom made for your seat. I always hear people saying, oh, the seat's too big. It's much easier to make a seat smaller than too big. And I never really worry about it, because I really want to be loose in my seat. When it comes to the size of the boat, the more experienced you are, the smaller boat you can paddle. I had no problem paddling a Nelo ML, because I know what I'm doing in the big waves. So if you're inexperienced, go for a larger boat that gives you a bit more room for error. So when you're messing it up, you've got a little bit more volume, and that will help you. So if you're very experienced, you can go for a much lower volume boat, because you can catch the runs and you never bury the nose, as you've probably seen me in a lot of videos. Nelo's doing a very good job there. I mean, I could be paddling an XL or an L or an ML. But remember this as well, you're never going to get the perfect seat. Rather have a big seat and build it up to match you, but make sure that you can rotate. Paddling downwind is all about rotating your body like a sprinter does, with maximum power. And you can't rotate if you're jammed into the seat. So I hope you got a lesson there. And Nelo and I on the new Nelo airboats. The whole thing about the air, and we've been experimenting for a long time, more than a year to get it right, and I think we've got it right. This boat that I'm paddling is 8.4 kilograms. Nelo's is 8.2 kilograms. These boats are made for lightness, stiffness, and it has got durability. The one thing it hasn't got the perfect finish in cosmetics. Obviously everything is smooth, but it's just the cosmetics that aren't going to be as good as our seamless boats that we make. But that's your choice. When you buy an 8 kilogram boat, or just under 8.5 kilogram boat, you've got to expect that we're trying to cut as many corners on the gel coat and the seam without losing power and strength, but giving you a super lightweight boat that you can go in any conditions. And Nelo and I have been in conditions that are so big, you would never believe it. But funny enough, the boat lasted very well. And like anything in life, if you look after the boat will look after you. And these boats are really nice. Nelo's getting good, and you can see this is called a Nelo Downwind. Hey Nelo, how's that? It's exactly it. Look at him. Got the power. These boats, the Vanquish, we release later on, but the air, you can order them now, and they're here for you to pick up and even the weakest man like me and the weakest woman can pick up these boats because they weigh literally nothing, just on 8.5 kilograms and less. That's the Nelo Air. Get your orders in for the World Championships and the Nelo Summer Challenge.